Hello and welcome to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session, we would be talking about the scenario number 3 for the A00231 SAS Certified Specialist exam. I hope you have already seen previous two videos. In this, we have discussed about scenario 1 and 2 from our certification preparation material. So in the same line, we would be discussing about the scenario number 3. So we are currently providing 20 plus scenarios and 42 multiple choice question and answer. In this certification exam, there are two sections. One is a scenario based question. In this, you have to write the code. You have to implement the entire scenario in the SAS environment which is provided to you during your real-time exam. And once you implement that solution, you need to answer question based on that scenario, whatever you have implemented, and you have generated the output. From the output data, you need to answer some questions and if your answer and evaluator's answer should match, then you would getting the marks. Remember, answering scenario based question would have more weightage in the real exam than simple multiple choice question and answer. So second section is a standard question which is known as multiple choice question and answer. In this, you don't have to implement any scenario kind of thing. In this, you can directly answer those questions by reading other exams you have seen, in the multiple choice question and answer. For example, A00215 exam is an totally multiple choice question and answer exam. So we highly recommend for preparing for base SAS certification, at least you combine preparation for this two certification, A00215 and A00231. So this has the common syllabus. Okay, so the concept and stuff which would be tested in both the certification covering the same syllabus, but in the A00231, which is relatively more complex exam than 215 exam, and you need to really write the code. But in 215 exam, you don't have to write the code. And the next exam, which is advanced SAS certification, is 232 exam. In that, you have to implement the entire project, and they would be looking into your code in 232 exam whether you have correctly implemented the code or not. So now let's talk about scenario number 3 from the A00231 exam. Okay, so what you have to do this, you have to go to Hadoop exam homepage, then you have to click on the SAS. Okay, so this would be launching all the SAS products here. So once you launch it, okay, it is taking a little longer. Okay, so now here you can click on A00231 exam. If you wanted to access all the question paper, click on here, access all the question paper. This would launch this page here. So currently you can see here practice set 1, 20 scenarios, 40 question and answer. You click on this, and once you click on this, it would launch another screen. In that, you can see you need to put in password. So how do you get the password? You just fetch the password from here, from this link, and copy this password just here and paste this password. Okay, and once you paste the password, it will take few seconds to get launched because it would do the validations and many things. So you need to wait for around 30 seconds once this page is launched. Okay, so now you can see this is very similar to we have seen in our sample question and answer, correct? So now you just put next here, and it would start the question and answer here, correct? So you would be we have already implemented scenario 1, so I'll not go through this. And then this is next kind of thing. This is scenario 2, and this is scenario number 3. Now let's 3 scenario. In this, what you have to implement is, you have been given a data file named hedata3.csv, a raw file. Please accomplish the following activity using this. Load this data file as a file reference hedata3. So you need to create a file reference as we have created in the previous scenario. So I'll not repeat those stuff. Create a temporary data set. So it means we need to create in the work library hedata3 using the CSV file. Calculate the total fee collected for Spark and Hadoop course in January month of 2020. So now again, we have done some summation in the previous scenario, correct? But here more condition needs to be applied. You need to do only for Hadoop and Spark courses, and which is executed, which is subscribed for the January month in the 2020 years. So these kind of conditions you have to implement in this. Calculate the total fee collected across all the dates and courses. Assume you have already received 4,000 as an advance fee from all user. Okay, this is in Indian rupee, $4,000 we are not going to charge. Okay, postpone each course by 5 days and get the new dates. Okay, and then based on that, answer the questions which are being asked here. How do you get the data? You just click on this, it will download the zip file, you extract this, and you will get the data. Okay, questions. So these are the questions which you need to answer this. Okay, I'll not go through this question, but in your exam, obviously you have to first read the scenario, you need to read the question and answer, then start implementing the solution. Okay, and while practicing, I recommend don't go through our solution which we are providing, correct? First, try to implement your own solution, whether you are able to reach the conclusion, or sorry, what I would say, answer to the question which is being asked, correct? If you are good to that and without looking at the solution, then this is superb, correct? So you are eligible for appearing in the certification exam, but this has to be done for all the scenarios, not only 1 or 2 scenarios. Okay, and if you are still facing the problem, not able to solve the scenario, then go for our solutions to get the hint kind of thing. We have anyway providing the entire problem solution over here to reach the answer of this question. So let me implement this solution. Okay, we would be using SES Studio version here. So this is the program which area where we would be writing the question and answer. So let me first show you the data. Okay, hedata3.csv file here. So this is my CSV file here. This has the almost similar with file which we have seen in the previous session. So this is with additional data in this. So we have 5 columns here: ID, course name, course field, location and date. Okay, we need to load this file and create a file reference first, and then load as a data set. Correct. So let me go through this solution which we are having here. This is okay, file name. Okay, so I'll put this code over here. Okay, so let me go through this. Okay, let me put here this code here. So what I'm doing here, this is my file. So you need to store this file somewhere on the disk, and you need to refer this file, and this path should be accessible by the SAS engine. Correct. So then only it would be loaded, otherwise it cannot be loaded. So this is file name is the statement which would help you to create the file reference, where hedata is here file reference. This is the file reference. Correct. You need to understand the concept. What is the file reference? It is pointer to a one file in the your external disk. Correct. Now you can use this file reference to load this file into SAS data set. So what statement you would be using here? Procedure statement. Procedure we are using. This is an import procedure, and we are saying data file. Correct. So what is the data file here? This is hedata, the file which is pointed here. Correct. And this is the CSV file, comma separated file. You should have experience by loading various different kind of files: comma separated file, the format file, plain text file kind of thing, or columnar file kind of thing. Correct. We would be creating session based on that as well. Okay. So now this is the output which would be new data set would be created here. Replace is like we would be running this program again and again, so we would be recreating this data set. Correct. Contents is the one procedure to check the data types of each column in the we have created here. Correct. So this is some intent here to putting not print procedure and using the contents here, because we wanted to check the data type of the data columns in the my SAS data set. That's the reason. Otherwise, in the previous session you have seen we have used the print procedure to see the data, but here we are more interested in to check the data type as well. So the challenging part here is the date column. Correct. Date column is, if you see here in the content, if you see, date is a number type here. Correct. So and this is only length 8 byte, and this is not best represented here, so that's the reason. So let's right now keep this. Okay, we'll go to come again over here. Okay, why I need this and kind of thing. Other thing you can see, this is character type, location is character type, course name is the character type, and course is a numeric type. Correct. Okay, so this is my data which I've already seen this data. So this is 30 records are there, which has a header as well, one line. Okay, now my next part of this scenario is, okay, this is content type, and now let me go through this little longer implementation of creating new data set. Okay, so as we know, our input date is considered as numeric value with the length of 8. Correct, as we have seen. Hence we need to convert in proper date format. We can create a new variable using that as below. Okay, so what I wanted, like, it should be a proper date. This is a, like, it's a numeric value. It's like if you see here, there is no specific format which is says directly support kind of thing, YYMMDD. So this you have to properly convert into the date format and then use it. Otherwise SAS, how it is reading SAS is like 2 million or something, 20 million 19,000 or something, even more. Correct. This value kind of thing, that is what it read the SAS kind of thing. So we wanted to convert into date format. So what we have to do this here is, like, we have to use the put statement. Okay, as a date put this statement, convert into the 8 length digit, and provide the format here, like convert this date into the YYMMDD8. I'll not go through in this detail what is put function does, what is input function does. Go through our base programming training and you will learn over there what exactly. Otherwise the session keep getting longer, and which I don't want to, because I wanted to keep as short as possible. So now new date would be created here. So it would give proper format to date YY/MM/DD. Correct, and format the date into the new 10 character date format, because we wanted 2000 years to be represented over here. So we would be creating a formatting this date here with the 10 character longer. Okay, and now if you wanted to get extract the year from this only. Correct. So what you have to provide here, put the date, because it is now proper date type, and you can extract the year from this. And similarly you can extract using the month function. You can extract the month value from the this date value. Correct. Why we need to extract year and month? Because we wanted to put some condition. If my year is 2020 and month is January and course name is Spark or Hadoop, then tell me the what is the total fee here is big data fee plus course fee. Two variables are created here. One is the big data fee and another is a course fee. So what exactly the big data fee here is? Big data fee, let me check, is a new variable which would be created here with a and a course fee which is currently is there would be added into this. Okay, so let me go through the question here scenario. Calculate the total fee collected across all the dates and courses assuming you have already received 4,000 as an advance fee. Okay, so now calculate the total fee collected for Spark and Hadoop course in January month 2020. So that is what first part we are implementing over here, correct? So based on this condition, correct, that is what in scenario it is asked. Month should be January, year should be 2020, and course name is either Spark or Hadoop. Then create a new variable, big data fee we will be creating and keep adding this value in this course fee, correct? So this statement would be if condition is applied and this new variable big data fee would be created. Now we initialize a new variable with the advance fee already received. So what advance fee we have received? Total fee to 4,000 we have received. So this is across all the courses. It is not talking about any individual course you have received $4,000 or something. We are talking about like for the entire courses we have received $4,000 as a fee in advance. So what would be my total fee when I received remaining payment kind of thing, correct? So what I would be doing, summing up a fee. Okay, for this what I would say okay, let me show you the result, then only we would be I would be able to explain you, correct? So now let me go through okay, so this is the same thing which I have discussed here. Let me run this here and see the output, correct? So it would be easy for me to explain you. Okay, now here 30 records we have printed. We have converted our date 2019 into the proper format. So date new variable is created 19 December 2019. So in this format it is created. Year part, this is we have extracted month part, correct? Now what we are saying here, my fee, correct, which is like if my course is Hadoop or Spark, then what is the total fee? Here Hadoop is like, okay, here is a Hadoop, but this is not January month, okay, and not 2020 year. So that is what here, though my course is 655 price is here, year is 2020 and January month. So my first fee is to 650 and I will continue until this condition is matched, because this output in each observation, correct? We don't want to filter it out to answer our question, that is we can keep this variable, correct? Now this is second condition, second observation where same condition in match and my fee is added 650 into this and become $1,300. Similarly here in this, again my condition matches, I am adding the fee and kind of thing. So we are up to that. So we can see 1950 my total fee if course is either Hadoop or Spark and which is conducted in year 2020 and for the January month, correct? Now my second is like I have already received 4,000 fee in advance. So what is my total fee across all the courses I am getting at? So what we have implemented here, we have used the retain statement because we wanted to retain this total fee for each observation, this value, correct? So but we first want to initialize this total fee with the 4,000 which is the advance fee we have received, and for each course fee we would be adding new course fee, okay, and then keep retaining this variable across all the observation here. So my final result here you can see here keep added here. So 4,000 was my initial price, so here a fee, so here the 4,800 is my next fee, correct, for this once I get the registration for this course. Similarly I have 650 is added over here, okay, so this is 5,450. so this way it was accumulated until last course, correct? So total fee we have received $23,050, correct? So now this is what we have implemented here. Okay, so now my question here is, okay, so this is still not complete solutions, correct? So my solution says this part we have implemented. Now postpone each course date by 5 days and get the new dates. Okay, so now let's go to this. Okay, this part we have implemented, we have printed it, we have seen it. Work with the initial data. Okay, this is same thing here. And okay, this next part is like where we don't need this previous data. So what I would be using here, new again existing data, initial data, I would be using it HU data 3, creating new data set, creating the new date, because format is not proper, so we need to properly format it using put and input function and get it into our observation, correct? And then we wanted to postpone the date by 5 days. So simple arithmetic operation on the date. If it is in a proper format you can do this. If you directly add the summation with the 5 days with the date value, correct, date column, then it would give you the integer addition. So this is not a proper date addition. So you have to convert date into the proper format. That is very challenging, and that you need to know how to convert date and time in each proper format to answer the question, because there are couple of questions you would certainly get based on this format conversion of date and time, even more I would say. So you should know how to do this activity, correct. Now we would be adding 5 days in this and get the postponed date, okay. And if location is not equal to Mumbai, then delete the records, okay. It is not asked here, but I don't know what we are doing here, but okay, this might be in the question, not in the scenario, correct. And then get the answer to the question, okay. So now let me run this part as well here and generate the result here, and then we will go through the questions and answer section. Okay, so just give me here time. I'll put this code here and run the entire code here, okay. So this would generate the result. Okay, so there is 2 data set is generated, this and this here, okay. And okay, now let me go to the question here. How much total fee collected in January 2020 for both Spark and Hadoop courses, which is like we need to know, like which is first condition we have implemented. So if you go to the answer here, we have total fee collected is $1950, correct. Now next question, what is the total fee collected across all the courses, assuming you have already received advance fee $4,000? So this is $23,050 we have received here, okay. So this is my, in which of the following would help to converting character date into valid SES date, okay. So this is the statement we have used to convert any character date into the any date. So we have used put statement, which give us the character date, and then we would be converting that date into the proper format, correct. That is, so we have input statement we have used, correct. Now this is one of the most frequently asked question, usually occurring when moving data from one software to into another. The example uses any date in format, but it is more efficient to use one of the specific date in formats. But in our case, this is for this project, it was not in the character format, rather it was in numeric format. We checked using the contents procedure, correct. So that is what you need to know, like the stuff to converting format one to here and there, like if it is given in numeric format, how to convert in proper format. If it is given in character, then how to convert into numeric, because SES internally store this date into the as a numeric value. That is the point you have to remember. SES does not store the date value as a character value. What all are the courses which would be conducted in Mumbai, and what are the dates, okay. So now when the courses are conducted in Mumbai and which all courses, correct. So here we have implemented here, if you see, okay, postpone date, it is being given after 5 days postponement, then you have to generate the result. So if my location is not Mumbai, then delete that observation. I don't want in the output, correct. So I first postpone it my date by 5 days and then get all the courses which are conducted in Mumbai. So I can simply ignore the Mumbai, okay, location, and you can see here like we have printed the output as well. So this is my result here, if you can see here. So Spark is the training course name which is conducted in Mumbai. The dates is 6 January 2020, 11 January 2020, and okay, postpone date, we have to put this date, okay. So 11 January, 16 January, 16 January. So you have to answer based on the number of text boxes has been given to you. So in the real exam, so you need to put the answer here. So I'm putting right now here all the dates and which course which day. So this is the way they might be giving you the text box, and you have to answer accordingly. So that's all about in this session. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like this session. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe it. And this is the third scenario which we have discussed about the A00231 SES certified specialist exam. And I would recommend, like if you really wanted to subscribe all the preparation material, you go for the annual subscription model, which is you can not only get the certification access, but also you would get the various trainings, which is like across various technology and interview preparation material. Like here you can see which we have provided here, like this for specifically for SES base, we have 165 plus interview question, which is not only in ebook format, this is in video come audio book. So you can watch that video, you can listen that audio, or you can read that book. So in the 3 format you would be getting it. Sooner we would be able to provide a programming based interview question as well, so that would be added on this page here, so you can get access to those as well, because programming question cannot be in the audiobook format plainly, correct. We need to explain it in detail, so we would be explaining those question and answers and adding into the this interview preparation material. So that would help you in this. So I hope you would be enjoying the content from the hadoopexam.com. If you really like this, please share with your friends about hadoopexam.com. We would be keep adding the material as much as possible and try to explain everything in as simple language as possible and as easily accessible as possible, because this entire material you would be able to access from your desktop, your tablet, your mobile phone. You just need an internet access and a browser which support this stuff, correct? So which we have tested in across all three browsers, Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, and even Safari. People have been using it, so we have not seen any issue until and unless if you have cookie issues, some blocker or antivirus is put on your system, then that can cause a simple small issue which you can easily resolve anywhere. So this is how you can access everything online, this stuff. So all this annual subscription materials you can access it online. No need to install anything on your machine. You just need to log in and you start getting access to the material anywhere. Even video you can access it, even textbook you can access it, even your question and answer you can. Obviously if you want to exercise, you do the hands-on session, you have to do this on what you can say desktop or laptop, correct? Because you need to install the SES software which won't work on the mobile platform, correct? So that exercise you have to do on the laptop or desktop. And that's all. Thanks for watching, and I hope if you like this, if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe it. That is very critical for us, because this is the way, without sending any email and spamming your email box, we would be able to send you the notification which you are interested in. We don't want to spam your email box by sending too many emails for each and every video releases. So when we upload on YouTube, you would get notified. Or you can keep visiting hadoopexam.com. So there is a releases and updates tab here. You can come over here, you can check this, like what exactly newly launched kind of thing. Okay, so my internet is little slower, so it sometimes take time. Okay, so here, like on 21st December, what we have launched, you can see here. So date by date releases, you can see we can do this. Okay, so you can come here and see what recently launched and updated kind of thing. Even we remove old outdated questions from our certification preparation material. We don't want to keep the outdated material in the certification material because it's entirely waste of time, and that won't help too much. So that's the reason. So thank you, and I'm stopping now.